Doot, 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 doot. Splash. Man, I like that. That's just like the real one.
Hey y'all, Chris Funk here from the Jackson Kayak Fishing Team. I wanted to take a minute and talk to you about the big tuna and the big rig. I know there's some question folks saying, well, which one should I get? Well guys, they're both great boats. My recommendation would be to demo. If at all possible, get your fanny in one, paddle it. See what fits for you. What's your style? What do you like? You know, there's other questions about, well, what does one better, or does the other one do better than the other? Well, really, there's only a few things that I could say that are massive differences between the two. Number one, if you paddle with your family, if you paddle with your wife, your kids, by far the big tuna is an outstanding boat. The good thing is it's easily configurable for solo, paddles well solo, paddles well flat water, moving water, it doesn't matter. I've had it up to class 3 whitewater, and I'm not a big whitewater guy, but this boat has handled everything that I've put it into, from massive windswept bays out down in Titusville, to our river here when it gets whipped up to a froth. The live well, outstanding. I've had mullet, I've kept shad alive, crabs, shrimp, you name it. We've kept it alive in these live wells. They're fully functional. They do a good job. If you don't want to use it as a live well, get the fish bag, put it in there. It's also good for keeping your drinks, your lunch cool, whatever. By having a tandem configuration, my family and I does a lot of paddling with special needs community in our area through Paddle for Tomorrow, and this boat has allowed me to take people out that are perhaps not physically or mentally capable of paddling. This allows me to give them that experience for the day, have a wonderful time, keep them safe, of course, with a support paddler beside us, and it is a outstanding time to take them out on the water with this. So if you have anybody like that in your family or that you know of, by far the tuna would be a great opportunity for you to have. As a big game hunter, I can paddle it in a solo position. If I'm successful, change it around, put it in the tandem position in the back. I can put my big animal up front where I can see it. It's easy to paddle that way. This distribution of weight is good. I can load it up with camping gear for multiple day trips, whatever I need to do. To me, the big tuna is the Swiss Army knife of every boat that Jackson makes. If I could only have one, it would be the big tuna. Thankfully, I've got this one as well. And let me talk to you about the big rig. Because I know some of you guys, if your style of fishing is to get a pool cue of a rod and flip it into the thickest, nastiest bit of cover that you can get and snatch the bass out of there just as hard as you possibly can. And you know who I'm talking about, because your wife fusses at you every time you set the hook, you rock the boat. All right, this is your vessel. I am the absolute worst stander in all of the Jackson Kayak Fishing Team. It must just be my weeble wobble shape. I stand okay in the big tuna. This boat's just like standing on the dirt. It is outstanding. I was amazed the first time I stood in the big rig. The bar gives you just a little bit of extra stability. It gives you just that peace of mind that, okay, I'm not going to go swimming. I've got this right here. Makes a great place to put the paddle. For sight fishing, this is outstanding. I can get up, I can take my fly rod, I can double haul a big heavy 10 weight as far as I need to, not feeling like I'm going to flip myself out the other side. It doesn't matter what I'm doing in this boat. If stability is required, this is the one I want. It's got great open areas in the front and back so I can put my gear in it. I got dry storage. I've got a huge tank well. There's tracks all over it. The rod troughs. If you're in thick, nasty stuff with the tuna, you see I don't have the rod trough, the rod protectors on there. I don't use them on here. On this one, if I'm going in some thick, nasty stuff, you better believe my rod's going to be protected, and it's going to be really easy to paddle around them. Thankfully, that tumble home that's on the top, new term I learned this year, it allows me to paddle and not hit my rods, even though it's a wider boat. Excellent paddling boat for its size. Really great on flat water. Turns well on moving water. Stays low out of the wind. So really the best thing to do would be to paddle both of them, see what you like. You know, if you're a family person and you want to take your wife and kids out, definitely lean toward the big tuna. If you're going distance, long distance, I've paddled this boat up to 15 miles in a day. I would probably lean toward the big tuna, but guys, it doesn't matter. If you get one of these two boats from Jackson, all you have to do is add water and you're going to be successful.
Man, would you knock it off?